Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Saturday, June 9th, 2018 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am worthy of offering myself the best of my thought process. And today, astro-wise, we definitely have some stuff going on. I want to mention we are in the building process into the dark of the moon. When we get into dark of the moon energy, it brings up stuff that's hidden in the dark. It brings up some of those emotional energies that have been tucked away. And this new moon that we're building into, the dark of the moon energy, is in Gemini. Our thought processes are processing some of the shadows and shades of gray that we bring forth emotionally. You are always offered in every moment the opportunity with what you're going to do with what you've been given. So whether it's emotions and feelings that are coming up or situational energy, what are you going to do with it? You are worthy of offering yourself the very best with it, and you always have that opportunity. It is not always easy to do that. Sometimes it really is a challenge to do that, but you have that option. And remember that in and through this energy. So we have a bunch of connections today, but there are two things going on that are of high interest to me, astro-wise. We have Cardinal T-square energy. Cardinal T-square can almost feel insurmountable in its energy. The cardinal signs are the leaders. So it's like we have these energies of these signs that are the leaders of the zodiac, the ones who are like, yes, I've got it under control, but they're conflicted right now. They're swearing, they're opposing. And so we are definitely feeling that energy. This is being activated by the moon in Aries. And I talked about that moon in Aries. That moon in Aries is wanting to take the action. And yet at the same time, there's this strong call to be in the flow. And with this T-square energy that's activated in and through this, there's probably also some conflicting energies. Like, well, do I go this way or do I go that way? My message from yesterday stands with that. Stop, drop, and sink in so that you can best listen to that. But the other thing that's going on, I think, may feed into this and may show us where we have some of the conflicting energies. We have a Lilith Yod going on. So it is Yod energy, which is the finger of fate, and it's pointing right at Lilith at a master degree. Lilith is at 22 degrees in Capricorn. So let me remind you, Lilith is the energy that tells us we can go our own way. Lilith is the energy that tells us we must be true to ourselves at all costs. We must be true even at the cost of leaving everything we know and that is familiar behind. So this Lilith Yod, universe is saying, hey, there's somewhere in your life where you have to be willing to be so true to yourself that you would be like, hey, this is not true to me. I have to leave it behind. Feeding into this is some interesting energies. We have Mercury in Gemini feeding in. So the monkeys are going to be very rampant when it comes to this. Your monkeys may try to convince you otherwise. In fact, it may be the monkeys that you're trying to leave behind. Good luck with that. If you figure out how to leave those monkeys behind, let me know. The monkeys are going to be very rampant, but it may be about always listening and heeding the monkeys, the jibber jabber in your mind that you leave behind in order to feed into this strong essence of your soul that's coming forth, that's saying, you must be true to this. This is so important in your foundational energy. This is so important in your soul to be true to this. The other energy that's feeding in is also very interesting. The other energy that's feeding in is asteroid energy. It is Sarah's energy. Sarah's represents the mother. It is the mother within us. It is the mother that we can be to others. It is also our mother to us. And so with this, especially being that Sarah is in the sign of Leo, my feeling is there's two mother energies. It's your mother's words to your inner child, and it's also your words as your mother to the inner child. Are they supportive of your inner Lilith energy? Are they supportive of the part of yourself that does, need, wants, craves, and knows how to go its own way? Can you get that mother energy in support of the very foundation, the bedrock of your soul? That is important. So it's getting past these old potential mother wounds, mother words. yourself or otherwise, and the monkeys in order to be true to yourself. So this may be why we're a little conflicted in these energies, because there is so much going on in through this. I go back to the energy mantra. You are worthy of offering yourself the best thought process. You know how to get there. If you find yourself spiraling, go back. How do I offer myself the best? How do I believe in myself in and through this? It's really great to feed into other people believing in us, but ultimately we have to be the ones believing in ourselves. We have to know our own worth. This is part of the Uranus. This is part of Uranus and Taurus, shaking up the worth systems within us. If your worth is based on anything beyond yourself, you're definitely gonna have some earthquakes around it. And we have Chiron, the Chiron in Aries, the identity. We've been identifying ourselves with all these different costumes and hats that we've put on, but truly our identity is connected with our soul. And so we have those really strong processes going on in the background. Saturn and Capricorn as well, the responsibility to that soul process. So this is a powerful push, but intense. So let's get into a few of those astro transits that are happening. Moon, like I said, is activating that cardinal cross. So the moon is going to be squaring Pluto, and the moon is going to be squaring Venus. You must nurture yourself in and through this. You must be that inner parent to yourself. You must be good to yourself in and through this, because no one else really knows what it is that you need. You're the one who knows what you need. It's up to you to offer it to yourself. Interruptions. It's up to you to offer it to yourself, or to be the one that reaches out to ask for that help. So show up for yourself in that manner. The moon in Aries may give you kind of that independent bend, be like, oh, I can just do it myself. No man's an island. You're not here to do it yourself, and we need to connect with others. So be willing to ask for the help you need in nurturing yourself at this time. That square with Pluto. It feels like it's the same thing because it's at that 20 degrees. This 20-degree energy is very important as we build into this first eclipse that we're going to be having in July. It's that nurturing foundation. And it's, again, the old ways of societal living are not completely nurturing in their nature. It's like, show up and do what you have to do and make sure it gets it done. And if you have some time to take care of yourself, then maybe possibly take care of yourself. But here's a microwave taco. Like, do that instead. That needs to fall away. What do you need to completely nurture yourself as this soul being, as the temple of your soul being? What do you need for that? That is very important. You are worthy of offering yourself the best of the best, and that's not just in your thought process. That is in all of the things. All right, so besides that, we have Moon in Aries, also connecting to Mercury in Gemini. So that Moon in Aries plus Mercury in Gemini, mischief off the charts. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun in the background of all this intensity. There may be a little mischief. Offer yourself a little mischief. Laughter is the best medicine. That always does help, does support. There also could be some fun, bright, stimulated ideas coming through. The last thing I'm going to mention, astro-wise, is the moon shifting into Taurus. That will be in the evening, 9 p.m. I think moon into Taurus almost feels like a bit of a relief. It is going to meet up with Uranus. That could stimulate some emotional processing as the moon connects with that Taurus or Uranus energy. Release, personal revolution, evolution. But the moon in Taurus kind of echoes the message that I was getting. Self-care. Take care of yourself. We're sensual beings, all of the elements, all of the senses. What do your senses need? What do you need to not be stressed out at this time? What can you do to care for yourself? Self-care is at an all-important level. And just to mention all of that's going on, I said it at the beginning of 2018, and I'm going to keep on saying it even beyond 2018. 2018 has no chill. This astro is intense. 3 eclipses this summer is intense. These shifts that we've gone through are very intense. We're frogs in a pot, and the universe has turned up the degrees of, the water. The intensity is going to be rising. We're building into a really, really, really extreme connection between Saturn and Pluto. And that's going to be coming a little bit later, but we have to be prepared for what that energy is going to bring. And it's major change on structural levels, which is why we have to find this foundation within ourselves, why we have to be the structure within ourselves. And it's why we also have to practice kindness, compassion, and love for everybody else, because everybody's feeling this to one degree or another. And you may see them smiling and happy all the time, but everyone is dealing with intensity. Everyone. This energy is intense. And it is up to each of us to take care of ourselves, but also, to hold space and hold kindness and practice kindness when connecting to others. Before I show the rest of my cards, I want to mention, speaking of kindness, thank you to all of my patrons. I'm having a lot of fun. Right now, before it gets to be too many, I'm doing videos for everybody who signs up on Patreon. It's just a few cards showing you, oh, that card is so good. Just a few cards showing you what the focus is for you as we build into this eclipse time. So get in now. You can say that you're going to be a patron for $1 a month or $100 a month or whatever works for you. But I will have lots of offerings and dive into twin flame stuff and do a lot more astro stuff over there as well. And I thank everybody who's been supporting me, because it feels really good to be supported in return. So these cards, we are the world. We are all in this together, and we have to remember that. But look at these cards, really interesting. Here we've got the sharing and the miser right here together. And it's like we're willing to put out this best part of ourselves, but there is so much we're holding back, so much pain that we're holding back. It's causing disharmony in the world and disharmony in ourselves. We're just being called to be true, to be real, honor the Lilith, honor the bedrock of our soul. Now, of course, we don't necessarily have to share that with everybody, but don't put on a mask. What is that? Rumi quote, tear off the mask. Your face is glorious. Live your life. Be true in and of your life. The world needs our truth. The world needs us to honor and own our truth. The world needs us to be ourselves. The more we are able to unwrap and allow ourselves to be ourselves, the more we're going to be able to move through our pain. And there's a lot of pain out there, granted. But I think the biggest pain stems from this idea that we're not good enough and that we can't share who we are. And if we can unwrap that, there's going to be a lot of healing. From the Power of Love cards, I have ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Take ownership. Take responsibility for where you are. If you've had something wrong, take that as a lesson. And also pat yourself on the back for the good you do. We're all in this together. There is nobody on this planet who has it all figured out. And there's nobody who doesn't sometimes screw it up. And there's nobody who doesn't at times do really beautiful, wonderful things. Until further notice, celebrate everything. Get in that spirit of honoring this wild, messy, wacky ride that life is. Because who knows what the next minute, hour, day, year is going to bring. So that is it from me today. Go check out my Patreon page. Sign up, join our little group that we are beginning to cultivate. Check out what I've already posted and be on the lookout for more. Book an eclipse reading. That is on the link in the video below. Other readings can be also purchased if you email me. I will send you an invoice. And besides that, there is enough love in the world for you. The better it gets, the better it gets. And I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.